Doing B, they then want us to find all the values between 0 and 360 satisfying this. So you know now, when they say this, find all the values between, in this case, 0 and 360, you know you've got to solve an equation, okay? Usually when you solve equations, you end up with a quadratic. But in this case, you haven't got a quadratic, haven't you? You've got this situation here, which is your harmonic equation. So the only way you can solve this is actually using your answer from part A. So we know this can be rewritten as, or written as, square root of 13 cos x minus 33.69, okay? Because we've expressed it, if you remember, in that form, and we worked out r and we worked out alpha. So instead of having to solve this, okay, we can replace it with just a cos function, okay, which is quite nice, of course, then where it's equal to 1, okay? So then, when we go about solving this, because the first thing you're going to do is take that root 13 over the other side and divide. Okay, so you get that there, 1 divide by it. You're then going to work out the angle, right? So you're going to take the cos over to the other side. So you can do cos to the minus 1. You take the cos over of 1 over root 13. So let's get the answer to that on my calculator. And I get 73.9 degrees. Okay, to 1 decimal place there. Now, you've got to appreciate that you got the answer right here, 73.9 degrees, when you take that cos over. But that's the answer for this here, okay? No, it's not the answer for x, it's the answer for this, okay? Now keep it as that for a minute, because we're going to find all the answers relevant to this, okay? Which means when it comes to our range, because our range has got to be between 0 and 360, okay? Well, when I now solve it to find all the solutions, okay? Remember, I'm basing this solution on this here, okay? So I need to adjust my range for the solution here, for the range here. So x now needs to become x take away 33.69. So I need to take away 33.69 from x, and so I need to do the same then to my range. So if I take away 33.69, I get minus there. If I take away 33.69 from there, I get 316.31, yeah? Okay. So now, I'm going to construct my graph of cos to find all the solutions in this range here. Now, of course, when I draw my cos graph, I can't go to minus 33.69, right? So I'm going to go to minus 90. And the same here. I can't go to 316.31, so I'm going to go to 360. So I get my, construct my cos graph here. So I'm going to do 3 centimeters. So I'm going to go back to 3 centimeters there for minus 90. 3 there, 90, 180, 270, 360. We'll put 1 there and minus 1 here. Okay, so I'll draw my cos graph. That'll do. And 73.9. So if I fill these in here, now 73.9 is around there, isn't it, roughly? Okay. So so I need to draw my line going this way. So I've got a result there and a result here. So I need to include all the results I've got, right? Okay. Just to make sure I don't miss any out. So I've got 73.9 here. So to get that result, I need to think about how I'm going to do that. Well, of course, 73.9 is that slope here, so I'm going back from 360 here, so that'll be 360, take away 73.9, and of course there's one before it as well, okay? Due to symmetry, that's going to be minus 73.9. Okay, so if I work these out, well, these first two have already been worked out for me. So I work the last one out there, I get 286.1. Now remember, oh, this is the result for x minus 33.69. Okay, so what you do then is to get the actual final solution for x, you need to take this over, and as a result then you're going to have x on its own. If you take that over, of course it's going to be a plus, so you need to add that to all of them. So you get, let's do that on my calculator, minus 73.9 add 33.69. So I get minus 40.21. 73.9 plus 33.69. So I get 107.59. And 286.1 plus 33.69, and I get 319.79. Just before we finish then, you need to look, where your results are, okay, because remember it's got to be between 0 and 1 and 360, so that one will disappear because it's outside and the rest are okay. You could have seen earlier that this one wouldn't apply, this one here, because it was actually outside of where we wanted our results to be. Our results had to lie here, yeah? So obviously that was outside, so you might have seen that there at that stage that wouldn't have counted. However, it's good, I think, to carry it through to actually see that you end up with a negative at the end and we can cancel it out. We've got our two solutions.